How to fix technical issue. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we are tackling a critical connection and kernel-level issue that many players encounter when launching their favorite tactical shooter, the dreaded Valorant Van-79 error. During our investigation, our technical team discovered that this error code often masquerades as a hardware ban, causing unnecessary panic among players. However, our testing confirmed that Van-79 is primarily a connectivity and anti-cheat synchronization failure that can also affect other Riot Games titles, like League of Legends. In this comprehensive Teknobalta deep dive, we will walk you through 20 proven, step-by-step technical solutions that we have independently tested to permanently eliminate this error. Our first essential step is to properly remove Riot Vanguard through the Windows control panel rather than just deleting its folder. Navigate to Programs and Features, locate Riot Vanguard, and execute a full uninstallation to clear out any corrupted kernel-level driver states. Once uninstalled, open the Riot client to trigger a fresh, clean reinstall of the security module and make sure to completely restart your PC afterward. Next, we must address potential display driver conflicts that can interrupt the client's initialization sequence. Our analysis revealed that updating your graphics card drivers to the latest WHQL certified version resolves underlying rendering pipeline hitches. Use your GPU manufacturer's dedicated software to install a clean driver update, ensuring all legacy display profiles are properly overwritten. If the error persists, you must utilize official support diagnostic tools to gather system telemetry and log files. Download the Riot Repair tool from the official support website and run it as an administrator to compile a complete archive of your game logs. Once the tool generates your diagnostic files, submit a support ticket on the official portal and attach these logs so the automated system can resynchronize your account credentials. We also discovered that the Vanguard service might fail to initialize automatically during your Windows startup routine. Open your Windows Services Manager by pressing the Windows key and R, typing Services, MSC, and locating the VGC service in the alphabetical list. Double-click the VGC entry, change its startup type from manual to automatic, and start the service immediately to ensure uninterrupted anti-cheat operation. Windows Defender and third-party antivirus suites frequently inspect and block kernel-level game drivers during launch. To prevent this interference, open your Windows security settings, navigate to Virus and Threat Protection, and add an exclusion for both the Valorant directory and the Riot Vanguard folder. This prevents security scanners from terminating crucial security handshakes between your client and the authentication servers. Network domain name system caching can cause routing timeouts that directly trigger the Van-79 connection code. Open an elevated command prompt with administrative privileges and execute the command ipconfig/flushtons to clear your local network resolver cache. Follow this up by running Winsock reset to rebuild your network adapter's communication sockets from scratch. In our laboratory testing, switching from default IPv4 DNS servers to a reliable public DNS provider drastically improved connection stability. Open your Network and Sharing Center, right-click your active network adapter, select Properties, and double-click Internet Protocol version 4. Manually configure your preferred DNS server to 8 and the alternate DNS server to 8.4 to optimize network path routing. Windows Fast Startup can preserve outdated kernel memory states across system reboots, preventing Vanguard from loading cleanly. Open the control panel, navigate to Power Options, choose what the power buttons do, and click to change settings that are currently unavailable. Uncheck the Turn on Fast Startup option and save your changes to force Windows to reload all drivers from scratch on every boot. Administrative privileges are mandatory for game clients that need to interface directly with low-level security services. Locate your main Valorant shortcut and the Riot client executable on your desktop or inside the installation directory. Right-click both files, select Properties, open the Compatibility tab, and check the box labeled Run this program as an administrator. Corrupted Windows system files can silently break the dynamic link libraries required by the anti-cheat engine. Launch the command prompt as an administrator and execute the System File Checker command by typing sfc/scano and pressing Enter. Allow the verification process to reach 100% so Windows can automatically repair or replace any damaged system binaries. Following the basic file scan, you should run the deployment. In your elevated command prompt, execute DISM/online/cleanupimage/RestoreHealth and let the process run to completion. This command pulls fresh, uncorrupted system files directly from Windows Update servers to fix deep-seated system instability. Network adapter power management settings can occasionally place your Ethernet or Wi-Fi controller into a low-power sleep state during game initialization. Open the Device Manager, expand the Network Adapters section, right-click your primary hardware adapter, and select Properties. Navigate to the Power Management tab and uncheck the option that allows the computer to turn off this device to save power. Virtualization-based security features in modern Windows builds can sometimes conflict with Vanguard's memory integrity checks. Open your Windows Security dashboard, go to Device Security, and click on Core Isolation Details to inspect your system's hardware protection layers. If memory integrity is causing driver incompatibilities, toggle it off temporarily and reboot your system to test the game connection. Background overlay applications and performance tuners frequently inject hooks into game processes, triggering immediate security disconnections. Open your Windows Task Manager and inspect the Startup tab, as well as the active background processes list. Force close third-party overlays, custom crosshair utilities, and hardware monitoring tools before launching the game client. Your router's network address translation mapping tables can become congested, leading to dropped packets during client authentication. Unplug the power cable from your physical internet modem and router, wait for a full 60 seconds, and reconnect the power. This hard reboot clears out stale routing tables and establishes a fresh, clean connection with your internet service provider. The Windows Firewall might misidentify game communication ports as unauthorized inbound or outbound network traffic. Open the Windows Defender Firewall with advanced security and navigate to both your inbound and outbound rules panels. Create explicit allow rules for the main Valorant executable, the Riot client, and the Vanguard tray notification application. Outdated Windows operating system builds often lack critical security certificates and updated kernel APIs required by modern anti-cheat modules. Open your Windows settings, navigate to Windows Update, and click Check for updates to discover any pending system patches. Download and install all cumulative updates, feature patches, and optional driver releases to ensure full platform compatibility. If your network connection relies on Internet Protocol version 6, routing incompatibilities can disrupt communication with game login servers. Open your network adapter properties once more and locate the entry for Internet Protocol version 6 in the protocol list. Uncheck the box to disable IPv6 entirely, forcing your system to communicate exclusively over the more stable IPv4 protocol. Incorrect system clock and time zone settings can cause secure sockets layer certificate validation failures during the authentication handshake. Open your Windows date and time settings and ensure that the options to set the time automatically and set the time zone automatically are enabled. Click the Sync Now button to synchronize your PC clock with global time servers so all security tokens validate properly. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.